Hey everyone, welcome to Otaku Talk. It's me, your boy, your host, OD, and today we are going to be reviewing and analyzing chapter 348 of My Hero Academia. Really happy to be here. I know I missed out on last week. I'll talk about it later on in my review. If this is your first time on this channel or you haven't done so already, would greatly appreciate it if throw a like, share, subscribe my way. Do your boy a solid. Would mean the absolute world to me. So go ahead and please do that. Also, some upcoming news. I'm still trying to workshop what manga I want to replace Dr. Stone with. Honestly, I've been hearing great things about Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm actually going to see it tomorrow. So, maybe I might just bite the bullet, do that. Kaiju number 9 or whatever is something I've been really interested in. Spy Family is getting an anime soon. I'm interested in that. Sakamoto Days I'm interested in. There's a bunch of series I'm interested in. I know people have already given me suggestions. This isn't me like ignoring your suggestions. I'm just trying to get a bigger pool. I'm trying to get more recommendations and stuff like that. So continue to send them while I figure it out. And hopefully within like the next couple weeks, I'll have what I want to go forward with. Also, I'm gonna be seeing Jujutsu Kaisen the movie tomorrow. Haven't read or watched the anime yet, so I'm thinking about actually doing that. I know it's weird. Why am I seeing the movie? A bunch of my friends are going, so I'm going to check it out with them. Also, some big news for next week. I am going to be co-streaming, collaborating. There we go. Collaborating is the word. With two other awesome YouTubers I've met while I started this. The Grand Shogun and Tyrant King Kuma. Awesome content creators. Awesome One Piece fans. And because of the 2-week break, we decided to, have a stream where we're going to talk about, what's happening in Wano, about, Luffy being Joy Boy, and, just a bunch of stuff about One Piece and maybe just, anime in general. So look forward to that. I believe we're going to be doing that we're going to be shooting it next Sunday. So either look forward to it being posted that Sunday or the following Monday. Anyway, without much further ado, let's get into this review. Alright guys, chapter 348 of My Hero Academia, Unrequited Love. Before we start, I just want to say, sorry I missed out on the review last week. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I'm going to keep it a stack. I wasn't feeling the chapter. I really never know what to do when I feel like that. I don't know why. I don't like doing reviews when I don't feel happy or passionate about the chapter, where I didn't enjoy the chapter, which that's stupid because I should still give a review, right? And say I didn't like it, but I just know in like the anime community, people get really protective of their opinions, and I'm not gonna lie, I would be a hypocrite if I said I wasn't the same way. Literally, if anyone ever tells me some shit about One Piece being trash, too long, or Naruto being better than it, I flip the fuck out. So I totally get that perspective, and I just want to make it clear that, like, I don't think My Hero Academia is a bad series by any means. However, there have been several times, and I've done this so much with this series more than any other, where like a chapter will come out and I'll be like, I don't feel like talking about this. I'm trying not to make that a habit, but there was nothing I really wanted to address or touch on last chapter, but I will address a couple things. The first thing was Monoma is still using the eraser quirk on Shigaraki, but Shigaraki is able to make these massively grotesque like hands and appendages and fingers and stuff, and everyone was confused. They're like, how was he able to do that when his quirk is being erased? And there was some kind of BS explanation, like it's like generating cells, it's like growing fingernails, growing hair, like it's just something like natural he can do. And I immediately like flipped the chair, like threw my hat, was like, cap, that is some BS explanation. Like, whatever, I'm gonna roll with it, because I have a thing where I'm like, as long as the mangaka gives me an explanation, I'll more or less, all right, whatever, that's fine. Because like there are times where I don't get, when I get mad, I'm like, hey man, if the mangaka just gave me an explanation, I would have been fine. So he did give me an explanation. I don't necessarily like or agree with the explanation, but it is what it is. Somehow it's not related to his quirk, which once again, it's kind of nonsensical to me. Like, I did understand that if you had a quirk that like messed with your physical, like, not, I don't want to say appearance, but like was inherent to who you are, like nothing would happen to it. Like, for example, if you were like the Thing, you would, the Thing is just, you know, covered in whatever, like that's not going to change. Except in other stories, when he loses his powers, he turns back human. But anyway, we've seen in My Hero Academia when someone who is like, who has a transformative quirk that has actually changed their physical abilities and powers and stuff like that power can't be taken from them. So I was hoping that we would try to like stay in that kind of atmosphere, but no, we didn't. But whatever, I digress. Another thing, not a really big point, it's just Bae, so I'm going to talk about her real quick. Mirko, not a fan of her leg appendages. I forget what those things are called. For some reason, the only thing that pops up in my head is poor little Tink Tink. For anyone that likes Cat Williams, the comedian, he had a comedy sketch about this track runner who had no legs and was using the paper clip appendages things that are used for sprinters. So it actually makes a lot of sense that she's using that. It makes a lot of sense. She's a very powerful, very fast, centered like hero, and that's her whole spiel. But like, oh man, what's wrong with my car, man? You see her like her gauntlet hand, and then you see like her foot, and like it doesn't add up. Once again, it makes perfect sense because, you know, it's for speed, and like those are the best things. Like people who have actually lost a foot, and they want to continue racing, those are the prosthetics they use. But I don't know, man. I just felt like this is My Hero Academia. They have really futuristic tech. I felt like they could have just given her like an actual bionic leg that would have performed the same way that hers did. And I would have preferred that just from an aesthetic standpoint, but whatever, it's cool. Not the worst thing in the world. It's just my personal thoughts, right? And then the last thing I want to touch on this chapter is something that really bothered me, that chapter 347 we're talking about. And that was when Toga goes to stab Deku, and like Deku doesn't sense her. And then we have, you know, the original holder of the quirk going, oh wow, it's because her love for her must be so genuine that like the danger sense doesn't pick up the threat. And I was just like, you're kidding me, right?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
You're joking, right? I don't give a fuck how much Toga likes Deku, loves Deku, whatever you want to call it. She, in that moment, was going to stab him with a knife. Now, I don't think at this particular moment she's out for like... I wasn't going to say out for blood, but as I was like saying that sentence, I was like, out for blood, out for his life. But she's only out for blood, right? Because, you know, she wants his powers. That's going to help them in this fight. Also, she likes the powers. She wants the powers of people she likes because it helps her feel close to them. It helps her. She feels like if you love someone, you should want to be them. I don't know. But anyway, that was stupid. That bothered me. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's my like Aunt May. Against Spider-Man. If Aunt May was trying to stab Spider-Man for whatever reason, I don't care if she loves him or not, like he's gonna detect it. And I know this is the danger sense, not the spider sense, not the same thing, but like, I don't know, man. I feel like the mangaka is just kind of coming up with some weak ass explanations for things. I already wasn't feeling well about like what's happening with Shigaraki, and now I have, oh, your danger sense doesn't work against her because she's like crushing on you, which by the way, she loves everyone. Now, before you correct me, I know that she particularly really likes Deku, and I'm going to get into that when I actually talk about 348. But like, we just found out that her power only works, the ability to like copy people's quirks only works if she like likes them or like loves them. And so we've seen she's been able to use multiple quirks, and I'm just like, this bitch for everyone. If that's how it works and she's able to use everyone's quirk, then like, I don't highly value, you know, her love. So anyway, I digress. But yeah, that's why I didn't review the last chapter. Those are my Spark Notes thoughts on the last chapter. Anyway, 348. 348. I don't know how I feel about 348 either. I wasn't really messing with it either. You know, Toga, like, why am I saying Toga? Is it Toga? Yeah, it's Toga. Sorry. Toga essentially confesses her love to Deku, and Deku's like shook by it. And don't get me wrong, this is like, I like shonens and like I really like quirky, gaggy stuff. But like, I'm like, yo, this isn't the time, this isn't the place. And when I say that, I know Toga, like I expect this from Toga. Toga's a weird ass bitch. Like, this is how she is. And you know, it's very obvious she's, you know, unstable, and I still want to understand like this whole notion of like her loving people but also being willing to kill people, and how she like consolidates that in her head. But like, just for Deku to get all flustered about it kind of pissed me off, because I'm like, look, Deku, I know that like in a normal moment, like I totally would let you like have your feelings and behave in whatever manner you're behaving in, but like some serious shit is going down. This is like the final showdown. You have to defeat All For One. Your teleportation got fucked up by her. You need to get going. They told you that like we can't teleport you, you got to get there yourself. So this isn't a matter of like to be playing, to be like, oh, embarrassed, like, oh no, I'm like, thank you, but I'm a loser, you don't like me. Like, no, this isn't the fucking time for that. You need to go. You need to go. And so the fact that that happened kind of annoyed me. And then, you know, she's asking him questions about like what do you want to do to me? And like, I know that like it's the mangaka's way of like kind of being dirty with it. Like, he's legitimately asking like, what are your plans for me? But also like, it sounds dirty, like, what do you want to do to me? Like, so I get that aspect as well. But I don't know, it was just weird. It was just weird to me. Like, it's not super off-putting, but it just took me the wrong way. And I also want to find out more about this dude that like looked like Deku, that I'm going to assume saved her. I'm going to assume that, you know, during the time when you know, everyone was calling her a monster and this, that, and the other, you know, I'm assuming this dude probably stood up for her, was like, she's not a monster, like maybe cared. I wonder if he cared about her, or even knew about her, or was just like, hey, this isn't how you treat people, right? Like, Toga is definitely an interesting character, and I am more than interested in like delving into her character. And like I said, I really want to see how she uses Twice's quirk to, you know, to her advantage, as well as in, you know, conjunction with her quirk, right? But I don't know what's going on with Deku. Like, I would have preferred it for any other reason. I know that the mangaka probably wants this to be a thing between Toga and Okaku, you know, both of, you know, Deku's love interest, if you will. But like, Toga's not really a love interest, psychotic chick that says she's in love with Deku, so who knows? And you know, I do want to get into her psyche. I do want to understand, like, because I do feel bad for her when she like tries to explain herself, and she's like, what for other people is like, you know, hugging and kissing. Like, essentially, I like the fact that she's saying like, that is like that is a normal love language for you. My love language is cutting people and drinking their blood. Like, that's my shtick. She's like, I want to be one, which once again I think is the mangaka once again, you know, playing around with, you know, like people's dirty minds, right? Like when he was like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do to me? This is the same way where it's like, I want to be one. And when you think about, when people typically say I want to be one with you in like a sexual manner, they're talking about fucking. They're talking about sexual intercourse, coitus.
It doesn't matter how old I am. Come on, it's not like anyone's gonna see us.
You know what I'm saying? And in this regard, she's saying that the ultimate intimacy for her is becoming the person that that she loves, which once again, really interesting. I don't know much about it, waiting for the mangaka to get into it, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna lie, she's a really cool, unique character. I'm just not necessarily liking the means and method in which she's being employed, right? And, you know, once again, that doesn't mean the story's bad, that doesn't mean the chapter is bad, it just didn't appeal to me. And I would love it if someone in the comment section could, maybe there's some context from a previous chapter that I'm missing, something that would maybe make me enjoy this chapter a lot more. But as it stands right now, I'm just a little bit meh on it. You know what I mean? I'm just like, okay. Also, something else that's bothering me is the fact that, she is currently not using anyone's freaking quirk right now, and somehow is giving all these people problems. Like, Okaku I can kind of understand, but like Deku, bro, like, why don't you just go full calling and knock this bitch the fuck out? Like, I can't comprehend how she's like dashing and getting close to you guys when she's like a normal human. Now, don't get me wrong, normal humans in this world have displayed, crazy feats, right? And we have seen people do things like I remember when I was gonna say this for the end. I was gonna say this, but I'll say it now. Where the hell is Mirio? Mirio got his powers back, and I haven't seen him here, and I haven't seen him at the All For One fight. So where is he? Because I'm excited to see him again. He needs to be relevant, and I'm sure he would be an impact to this fight. But yeah, we've seen him when, like, his power isn't strength based, so he still had to make himself strong, and we've seen him fight, even without his quirk, right? So we have seen that, without a quirk, humans in this world can still be relatively quick and strong and powerful. But I'm just saying, against someone like Deku, like, this should be over in a matter of seconds. So I'm just having a really hard time with, like, all of this going on right now. Literally, my favorite part of this chapter is when my girl Froppy comes in, drop kicks the ever loving mess out of Toga, bow, and says, literally, she does everything and says everything that, like, I was hoping would happen. First, she just knocks Toga out. Now, is Toga really knocked out? No, but one, great entrance. Two, I'm just glad someone finally hit her. Like, I feel like it should not be so hard to hit this chick. And then on top of that, my literal favorite part of the chapter is like, Deku, you do not have time for this. Like, this isn't the place for, like, romantic squabbles and stuff like that. You need to get to All For One. And I was like, yes, Froppy, yes, yo, tell him what is happening right now. This isn't a rom-com. Like, this is it. This is the final battle. This is the showdown, and there are people's lives at risk currently, and everyone fighting All For One right now is in danger because you are the linchpin to this plan, and you're not there right now because you're entertaining this chick and her delusions of grandeur. Like, move, like, go. So I really like that it's kind of emphasized that the fight will be, it'll be between Toga and Okaku. Maybe Froppy's going to help out a little bit because, Okaku has a lot more experience with, Toga. And I do like the fact, even though it's still weird, that she legitimately doesn't hate these guys. Like, she has expressed legitimate interest in being their friends and knowing more about them. But, like, she's just crazy, and she's clearly unstable, and we know that it's because of her upbringing. We know that it's because she was treated like a monster, but I want to delve deeper into that. I want to know more about that. I want to know more about her family, and, like, at what point did she snap? Was she always a little bit off, or did people, push her to that? Because I feel like, yeah, her teeth are scary and all that, and yeah, her quirk is weird, but people wouldn't have had a problem with it if she wasn't actively doing something wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's that. I will say one line I really did like from her was when she was like, the world rejected me, so I'm entitled to do the same. I really love that line. Do I necessarily agree with it? Depends on what day it is, depends on how I'm feeling, but in the context of a villain, I think that is tremendous villain motivation. Like, I've been wronged, I've been treated unfairly my entire life. Why shouldn't I, treat others unfairly? Why shouldn't I do like, how there's do unto others how you would like done unto you? I love the idea of doing unto others as they've done unto you. Like, screw other people, turning the other cheek sometimes. And so that is one mode of character motivation that I genuinely like from her. But I'm very curious to go see how this fight goes. Okaku isn't really battle oriented, so I would really love to see some, wombo comboing from her and Froppy and possibly whoever else is there. Once again, also super weird how, like, it doesn't seem like anyone else is involved in this fight, even though, there are other villains there, so that is obviously the easy excuse. But, like, I feel like the smart thing to do right now is to take her out the fight before she can taste any blood, do anything, like just get rid of her. Obviously that's not going to happen. That would be a boring story, that would be a boring fight. You know, she's going to be able to do it, but that's how I would have handled it. Anyway, I think that's literally, I'm looking through, those are literally the main points of the chapter. After that, like I said, Okaku and Froppy essentially tell Deku, hey, we got this, you got to get out of here, run. And Deku dips the fuck out, and that's that. You know, I do feel for her a little bit. She's like, I love you so much, but like, once again, you love everyone. I know that maybe Deku, it's a little bit more so than everyone else, but from our experience, you seem to love everyone, and what you consider love isn't love. But then again, everyone has a different definition of love.
There is a word for that. It's love. I'm in love with her, okay? If you're looking for the word that means caring about someone beyond all rationality and wanting them to have everything they want, no matter how much it destroys you, it's love.
And like I said, if this is what she considers her love language, this is what she considers her love language. So I'm excited to see what happens next chapter with her fight. But honestly, I do want to see it, but there's a lot more I want to see and get to, and this is like on the bottom tier of it. Also, something she said that really intrigued me was she said that her and Okaku were the same, and I'm wondering if she's saying that because she, you know, she's transformed into her before, or it's something like we're both, you know, we both like Deku and that's what makes us the same. So I really hope the mangaka does a really good job with this character, and it's not just some random psycho crazy chick that he just said I'm gonna put in the story and make her do psycho crazy things and let that like be her entire character. I hope that there's a lot more than meets the eye with her, and we get to see that, and that's revealed. But yeah, I'm gonna leave the review here for now. I might do this again, who knows, we'll see what happens next chapter. I apologize, I'll start trying to update my my Twitter and my Facebook page and stuff about that, about if I'll let you guys know if I'm skipping doing a review or not. I'm going, like I said, I'm gonna try to not make it a habit, but I've noticed sometimes numerous times in My Hero I've been like this, and I think the best thing to do is either let a chapter or two, like 2 chapters or 3 chapters build up, and then do kind of like a bulk review or something like that when it comes to My Hero, because like I said, just sometimes these chapters don't be hitting for me for some reason. But like I said, that's a personal qualm, and once again, if you disagree, I want to hear. If you think this was like the best chapter of My Hero or something like that, obviously I'm being hyperbolic, but you get my point. Let me know in the comments. I would love to discuss. I would love to debate. Maybe you change my mind. Maybe I change your mind. It's just like, that's what we do. We're otakus, right? We talk about, we're passionate about anime, and I wanted, if there was a theme I missed, if there was some key thing that I'm missing, let me know that. Anyway, like I said, I'm gonna get out of here. Stay tuned for next week. Like I said, I'm going to do that collaboration with a bunch of other content creators. I'm actually super excited for that. It's going to be all about One Piece. So yeah, I hope you guys are into that. And yeah, thank you for watching. This has been Otaku Talk. I'm your boy OD. Take care. Have a great rest of your weekend.